Cam Young at 30-1. I think it's a really nice course for him at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit, Michigan for him. Wyndham Clark at 36-1. And I also like Alex Noren at 60-1.
My Morency drunken Brit dart toss golf pick, which does win like 2-3 times a year, guys. Insanely enough. But I'm going to say Matt Fitzpatrick.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
I do believe that SJ now is the number one player in the world. The things that he can do from the point of attack, offensively and defensively, his ability to drive downhill and score at all three levels. And the thing I like most about this young man at 26, he's so humble. He's so humble. And that speaks to the whole culture of OKC that Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault has built. Humble team, folks.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
No way that I'm betting on the Cleveland Cavaliers for any reason whatsoever.
No.
Ever. Like, when they had LeBron James, it was a different story. I think Spider's great. He's no LeBron. I don't see him carrying them to a title. And I don't believe in the Knicks at all. The Knicks never get it done.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Kevin Durant, at the age of 36 years old, after 17 seasons that he has played in the NBA DRS, is now on his way to H-Town.
I don't think it's a great move. I wanted him to go to a ready-made championship team full of a veteran roster and see if he can ring chase that way. Not to go to an organization on the come-up that if you just stay the course, and also, what better blueprint do we have than just staying the course than OKC, right?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. Let's do this thing. Happy 4th of July to everybody tuning in right now to the SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. Let's do this thing. I am Gabriel Morency. Normally, we'd be throwing it down at 10 o'clock Eastern with the Friday Night Freak Show. We have the same cast members as the Friday Night Freak Show, but we've got bonus guests tonight as well, and you got bonus Rage this evening. We'll be with you until midnight tonight. And we got a lot of games to break down, a lot of games to bet on, so it's a great night for sports bettors. We hope you've had a good day so far on this 4th of July. We got a little bit of something for everybody tonight. Major League Baseball, CFL football, FIFA Club World Cup soccer, Chelsea and Palmeiras coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. MLS soccer, the Vancouver Whitecaps and the LA Galaxy this evening. So we've got a bunch of different sports, a bunch of different games, a bunch of different leagues to bet on. And the LA Galaxy have won one game this year. We'll break that game down a little bit later on. That kicks off at 10:30 Eastern tonight in Los Angeles. The Whitecaps are without 8 players tonight. 8. And, soccer isn't football. You don't have 53 dudes. Like, when you're missing 8 guys, it's like, wow. I mean, so they're basically missing 6 starters tonight and 8 players overall this evening, the Whitecaps. But I tell you what, they win anyways, which is insane. And you're getting a massive number tonight against an LA Galaxy team that are similar to my West Coast Eagles of the AFL. They've won once this year. The LA Galaxy have played like 22 games or something. I think 21 games, whatever. They've won once, all right, in the entire season. So we'll get into that. I think we might just have a fumble right now in the CFL game. Things continue to go to downward spiral for the Bronx Bombers. They hit 4 home runs today, but still lost the baseball game 6-5 to the New York Mets. So the Yankees lose again. Toronto Blue Jays are scorching hot. Let's bring in Cam Stewart from Toronto right now. The Blue Jays and the Angels are scoreless in the 4th inning right now. It's another big series for the Jays. You don't want to give back the games you just won against the Yankees. The Angels are a competitive team right now. They're a 500 baseball team, but the American League is that bad that 500 has you in the wild card chase. And the Angels are in the wild card chase right now. Big game tonight, Cam, and the Toronto Argonauts are in action. And we know how this goes, people. Two teams from Toronto playing at the same time. There's no way in hell that both of them are going to win. And considering I'm on the Toronto Argonauts, Cam, I'm almost pulling for the Angels here right now. I can bet the game, yeah. So I'm looking up. Right. I'm like, man, two teams from Toronto are winning tonight. So I guarantee you that, people.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Gabe's right. The Toronto two-step never works. It's the worst dance in town. But I will say this, after an emotional series against the Yankees, I looked at that Blue Jays line and went, something doesn't smell right tonight. And Hendricks is one of those pitchers. He throws a lot of junk, and Jays prefer fastballs. But I'm going to say this is not going to be easy tonight, Morency. And if they win, I think they win by 1 run. Like, it's going to be a very tight game, especially after sweeping the Yanks. These are the type of games historically they don't show up. I'm on the Tiger Cats tonight. We're on different sides of this game. I don't want to bet against the Argos, but the good start is right now we've got 17 points with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. I know you got the over as well.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats were down 7-0 early. The Argos looked good on their first drive. They marched right down the field, punched it in the end zone for an early touchdown. And then after Arbuckle threw an interception, it was returned to midfield, and then Hamilton struck on a deep pass for a touchdown. And now Hamilton has also chipped in a field goal here. So we got a 10-7 game, 17 points, as Cam alluded to. In-game total, 61.5 right now. People really like the over this game. And I'm gonna, you know what? I think this game actually, this was the most steamed number of a game so far. Like with injuries notwithstanding. Like we've seen point spreads this year in the CFL where like on Monday it was 5 and people who follow the league closely know, hey, you know what? The quarterback's uncertain. And then boom, it's 2 on Friday or whatnot. But just as far as like pure, just people betting, nothing to do with injuries tonight, this total was 51.5. Then it was 52.5. Then it was 53.5. It ended up closing at an even 54 tonight. There was a large move towards the over of this football game. And so far, so good. But we all know how this works, right? I mean, things can slow down in a hurry. Although that's going to help, and that's going to help Hamilton bettors. Wow. Touchdown Hamilton Tiger Cats on like, I don't know, like an 80-yard pass or something like what crazy. They just hit a bomb.
Oh man.
Talking about the total, Cam. There's a strike.
I know. And this game steamed as well, Morency. Like a lot of the time, me and you have been on the right side of this team when it went too high, but this line closed at 4.5. I'm like, what? Like Hamilton, this game's not at Tim Hortons Stadium here, but you know what?
Nobody trusts the Argonauts.
Exactly. And I watched that game again. They had a replay of the Ottawa game. Special teams was good and stuff. But, Gabe, I saw the Argos 2 live. They have a lot of flaws on their team, and they have injuries. So Hamilton could take advantage. They beat Montreal, and that's a bigger test because I still think Montreal or Saskatchewan are the 2 best teams in the CFL.
Well, so we've got a early wild one going on right now. This game should be up to Luke Wilson standards, I hope, so far early.
If he says this one's boring, we're going to have to cut the mic because this has been very entertaining. What a play by Lawler.
He's the curse. He's the curse. For whatever reason, like most of the Friday night games haven't been good this year. And he's not wrong, like, you know, to rip them. But most of the Friday night games have not been very good. We had the late, you know, the Toronto-Saskatchewan game a couple of weeks ago was entertaining in the fourth quarter. But looks like we got a track meet going on here. And you know, it's a good thing they don't call offside, so they do it selectively. Like, dudes, like, this is Lawler again. Dear God, that's Lawler's second touchdown. We cashed the prop with Lawler, minus 150 to score a touchdown. He already scored the first touchdown, but he was like 5 yards offside in motion there. But they pick and choose. I don't know 5, but he was definitely ahead of the curve. That's why he was so open down the field. But the Argonauts secondary's got problems. Right, that's the thing. Like that's why people like the over this game. There should be points. Now I got to count on Arbuckle to get this Argonaut offense moving again right now. 17-7. Wow, this is a crazy point spread. 13.5. The Hamilton Tiger Cats are 13.5-point favorites.
13.5.
I'm not seeing it, people. This game won't be a rout. Like I get it that there's been a little swing here, but Argos score a touchdown on this drive. It's 17-14. I think people need to chill. If you're joining us right now, I'm on the Argos plus 4.5, and I'm not freaked out yet. I'm not like, oh, no. So 13.5. I don't want to get crazy, Cam, because I already bet big on the over, and you know how I do stupid things. I did it last night where I'm going to bet like big on the over 61.5, and the game hit the wall last night. I bet the over, and then I bet in-game 57.5. It's now 66.5.
I don't know, man. You know the way these games go, Gabe. There can be no scoring for a while. These in-game live overs are dangerous, except for Saskatchewan.
That's high, 60.
In the second. Yeah, it's like enough. Is like I'm with you too. I'm the same way. When I'm watching an event like smash, I keep on doing it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we've seen these games have lulls, right? I hit Raducanu in tennis today, covering that spread.
Luke Wilson.
So what's Luke Wilson saying?
Yeah, so Luke, I was kidding about Luke Wilson, the former Seahawks CFL analyst. He criticized the games. He goes, these games suck. And he goes, the CFL's a lot of problems. You know, he was very negative. And Bo Levi Mitchell of the Ticats told him to shut up a couple of weeks ago. Bo Levi Mitchell just completed a great play. They just showed Levi Mitchell went up to him and said, you like that? And they were laughing together.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all. It's
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Let's do this thing. Welcome back to a special edition of In-Game Live Sports Rage, Friday Night Freak Show style, 4th of July. Happy 4th to everybody tuning in. I went to a comedy show last summer, and it was it wasn't very good, number one. But number two, it was like I don't remember their names. It was like a bunch of
comedy show. Wasn't
no,
very good.
but it was like they were supposed to be like super X-rated and stuff like that. And it was just like dumb offensive. Like it wasn't funny. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, whatever. You guys think you're edgy, but you're just all idiots. But they made people lock their phones. So like there's these bags. You go to these comedy shows. I saw a video of Kevin Hart the other day did it to people. So you go to the show, and when you walk in, like they have like a scanner so they can tell if you're like hiding phones and stuff. Like they pat you down basically and stuff. So you take your cell phone and you put it in this sleeve. And it freaking locks, and they lock it. You can't, like, you could get it open if you really, really wanted to. You know what I mean? But, and then so you don't film the show. And then after when you walk out, they beep, it's like a tag type thing. They untag it and like a store tag, and boom, you can get your phone out of your bag. I think I need that bag during these CFL games. I was just thinking about that. I need to lose my phone during these games. Because I just bet the in-game again.
Happy clicking.
Like I need to get that sack where I'm like, all right, Morency, you're done. Yeah. Put it in the sack for a little while here. Put it in the sack. I've never done like the gambling timeout thing before. You know, I'd like to do it like I should like try to put in timing out for the next hour and 30 minutes only. Like,
they shook me down, Gabe, because I was on, because I've been betting horse racing from Australia every night. They had like a big note. We are concerned about your gambling habits, whatever, and like you're playing on the casino. It's like I'm like, it's my life. Do I tell you what to do? Maybe you have to do it.
They have to do it by law.
It's legalese. It's legalese. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so the Argos just got stopped. They're going to be going for a long field goal attempt. I don't know, like a 45-yarder or something like that. So we'll keep our eye on this. We got the Dodgers and Astros coming up. And we got Chelsea and Palmeiras coming up. And Fluminense has already advanced to the semifinals. We talked about these Brazilian sides, man, being dangerous. And just for the record, everybody, so Fluminense is into the semifinals. Palmeiras made it to the freaking final of this thing before. Man, that was like a golf shot. This field goal looked like it was going to miss. Haji Mora with the little, like, wedge there.
Oh, my God, yeah. He's carving it right there.
I was about to say,
that was wild, dude.
It was like, the ball was going left, and it just curled like a sock.
Guy's pulling a Tiger Woods there, starting at 15 yards out.
I was about to snap him like, son of a bitch, he's going to miss the kick. And I'm like, oh, hey, nice spin. And don't do that again, Haji Mora. If I'm the coach, I'm like,
keep it
bro.
Straight.
Yeah, bro, don't get cute like that. Huh? Like, don't try these chip shots like
trick
that.
Shots, yeah.
All right, let's bring in Chris Vasili right now from covers.com, kicking it old school, cover style. So me and Cam did the first cover show years ago, Game On, I believe it was called, many years ago. All right, Chris, good to see you. Chris is breaking into his soccer's his thing. He bets on other sports, but soccer's his thing. And I was just saying, so coming into this tournament, we knew that the Brazilian sides had something to prove, the River Plate and Boca as well, the Argentinas and the Brazilians, not to mention they want the money, right? These teams are motivated by the money. And, for people unaware, so tonight Palmeiras and Chelsea playing, they played in the 2021 final of this thing before. So this is an uncharted territory where the Brazilians go deep. But what did you think of the Fluminense and Al Hilal result today, Chris?
Personally, I thought it was a great result. I think, full disclosure, I got Fluminense to be the top Brazilian team before the tournament started at plus 350. So, going into that game, they had Manchester City kind of scheduled on that docket until Al Hilal pulled off the upset there. So that ticket was kind of, riding on that Manchester City result. But yeah, we're sitting good with Fluminense going into the semifinals. They're a top 5 Brazilian team. Obviously, they're taking a break from their domestic leagues, but they're good. They can score goals. They can defend. And, I thought they were full marks for that victory today.
Yeah, and Al Hilal are good as well. I mean, obviously, we see with their goaltending, they were the justifiable winners. And crazy to say, I thought the refereeing was good today as well. They let them play at certain points. It was a good non-call on the PK after. All right, so moving forward here, so we got another Brazilian side. People are always critical of Chelsea, right? Like just overall. But, they've had a nice run here. I mean, I know they had one slip-up in this tournament. They've won this event before, as we've seen. And one thing about Palmeiras tonight, guys, they're without their captain. So Gomez is out, Gustavo Gomez. And they're also without Piqueras as well. How much is this going to hurt them, a defensive-minded team like Palmeiras, being without 2 key defenders like this, Chris, in your opinion?
Yeah, Gabe, it's gonna affect them, majorly. Looking at their 4 games so far this tournament, they've kind of not played anyone worth, with an attacking flair as Chelsea possess. They're obviously, an elite powerhouse in the English game. They got plenty of talent up front. So Palmeiras for them, obviously they're going to set up in a defensive fashion, but I just don't see them being able to hold the fort, down for 90 minutes. Chelsea just has too much attacking options to break them down. And kind of, I'm looking at a shot on target prop for Chelsea as kind of the best bet in that game.
What is it? So what's the bet? What's the prop?
Yeah. So my favorite way to play soccer now is essentially the shots on target match or shots on target market. Sometimes combined shots on target or sometimes individual team shot on targets. We're going to take Chelsea over 4.5 shots on target. You're getting -138 for that. Essentially, they've gone over this total in all 4 games so far this tournament. In that one game against Flamengo where they got the red card in the 66th minute, they had 4 shots on target before that red card. So they kind of, we're on pace. We're tracking well. I just see them dominating possession, dominating the ball, and just firing away at Palmeiras, who kind of is just going to have to sit back and defend for 90 minutes.
Well, I got to get the phone out of the lock sack here, Cam. I like that over 4.5. I like where he's going with this. I like
sack's not working.
Shots on target.
You better be easy to access. Smash.
For the record, too, as Chris said, too, with Palmeiras, they sort of sit back. They like to counterattack. They like to, They let you attack, and they're comfortable with it. But the one team that they played that actually attacked them, Inter Miami, actually scored twice on them. Right? So, and now they're without 2 key defenders this evening, more on the other side.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, he gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Well, guys, there's one thing we're famous for is commercial break touchdowns during football games. That's what we just had. The Hamilton Tiger Cat offense is, like, smoking hot right now. They hung, 36, 37 on Montreal last week, best defense in the league. Now they're rolling this Argo defense, which isn't very good, but they're still rolling them. It's 24-10 right now. 24-10. So I jumped in and I said, all right, oh boy, I don't want to start chasing this thing, but I played over 67.5. So I got the over 52.5, over 57.5 in game, and over 67.5 in game. It's now 70.5.
Wow.
And it's 24-10. I want to get the exact time here, how much time is left. But, man, there's a lot of time left in the second half here, in the second quarter here still. 7:32 left in the second. So we're up to 34 right now. But let's keep it rolling. I prefer if Toronto can stay in this, but we've hammered this in-game over stuff, and we got the over. So I can live with Toronto getting blown out as long as there's like 1 million points in this game. Chris Vasili joining us from Covers.com. Cam Stewart in the house. I am Gabriel Morency. Happy 4th of July. SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. We'll get into the Dodgers and the Astro game. That's a little after 9 o'clock Eastern time. So I thought Chris's take was a good one as far as over 4.5 shots on target for Chelsea tonight. And so Palmeiras have been an under team, guys. And Chelsea are good defensively as well. So I don't think it's going to be a track meet. I like the under 2.5 personally because I don't think Chelsea's going to win 3-0. I could see like 1-0, 2-0 type of deal. But we should note, so Palmeiras are 3-1 to the under 2.5 in this tournament. The one game that went over was a 2-2 draw with Inter Miami. But the thing is, Chelsea have been scoring goals in this tournament. Hell, NATO has 3 of them alone. Chelsea, 3-1 to the over 2.5. They've scored 2 or more in 3 of the 4 games in this tournament. And I mentioned Neto, best player in the tournament for Chelsea. Chris, 3 goals in this tournament. Any thoughts on him tonight as far as a player prop proposal?
You can always take him to register at least a shot on target. I mean, the way he's playing right now, he's in form. He's kind of, competing for that starting right wing spot essentially for the EPL season. So he's going to, take every opportunity to fire on net, that comes his way. You're talking about Palmeiras staying kind of, an under team. They haven't scored a first half goal in the 4 games this tournament so far. Everything's kind of come in the second half. So, like I said, the shots is kind of the way to go. And, Neto is obviously leading the way with 3 goals for Chelsea. He's kind of the informed player right now. So, yeah, him to register 1 shot at least. And if you're feeling like a ladder, you can even go 2+.
You like more goals in the second half, correct? Like the plus money? More goals in second half than first. That's plus 110. That might be a good look too.
Yeah, that's a good bet. Yeah, like I said, Palmeiras hasn't scored a first half goal in 4 games. I know Chelsea's, they've run a little bit rampant on a couple of teams here, but that 4 goals against Benfica,
yeah, that was deceptive.
They had one. Yeah, they had one going into the 85th, and that lightning delay kind of screwed everything up, right? So they're scoring goals, but they're not exactly running teams off the field per se.
Well, as Chris stated, so Palmeiras haven't scored a goal in the first half. Palmeiras to score a goal in the first half is yes, plus 162. No, minus 225. Chelsea to score in the first half, minus 120. Yes, in the first half, minus 163 in the first half. Do you think Chelsea bagged one in the first half, Chris?
You're betting, yeah. Just because they're going to have the lion's share of possession. They're going to have, they're going to be the team that's going to create more chances. Obviously, the odds are in favor.
And sorry, I would agree with you, too, as far as the second half, because Palmeiras could keep it close, and eventually Chelsea breaks through. And if Chelsea scores in the first half, Palmeiras will have to open up in the second half. So, Chelsea to score in the second half, that's why it's minus 163, right? That's almost like the sure bet.
Yeah, but Palmeiras against Inter Miami in their last game there, they went up 2-0, Inter Miami did, and Palmeiras didn't really come out of their shell until late. Like Inter Miami kind of blew it within the last 10-15 minutes. So it's not like they're going to kind of panic and throw caution to the wind right away. They're still going to stick to their their tactics and play their style of football, and then kind of see how the game progresses from there.
How about this one? Chelsea to score on a penalty kick, plus 550. I almost have to take it because now it's going to happen. I'm going to be mad.
I almost have to take it.
It's like one of these golf props.
I looked at it. Yeah,
I'm like, oh, plus 550.
Yeah, like every time you hit an accidental button, you got to play what you hit. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
We'll hit the specials and the props of this game, and we'll hit the weekend card on the other side.
He throw Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
So the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from a basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Rolling along, a special edition of In-Game Live, 4th of July. I am Gabriel Morency, Camp Stewart in the house. We've got a full house tonight. We're breaking down the soccer card. We'll get into the baseball card. We're going to hit it all this evening. So to conclude this, Chris Vaselli from Covers.com with us right now. He likes Chelsea over 4.5 shots on target in this game, minus 138. You can find it under the specials at most books. I know there's a million different options out there, and he likes more goals in the second half as well. Would be surprised if Palmeiras scores a goal here this evening. So Chelsea right now is minus 112 on the money line. Palmeiras plus 350 draw, plus 230, and to advance, aka to qualify, Chelsea minus 225, Palmeiras plus 162. This has been the softer side of the bracket, and it's almost unfair. But it is what it is. The world is unfair. I mean, you got Palmeiras and Chelsea and Al Hilal and Fluminense. And on the other side, you got PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Dortmund.
Oh my God. It's like, what? It's ridiculous.
Like, come on, guys. And Chris, I bet on Dortmund at like 25-1, 29-1 before the tournament started. I'm like, they got an easy path to get there. I didn't realize the path once they got there was like hell on earth. Right? But
yeah,
it is what it is. But PSG and Bayern, they played in the Champions League last year. What do you think about the rematch here between these two? PSG plus 120, Bayern plus 210. Draw after 90 is plus 260.
Yeah, Gabe. So Bayern Munich has beaten PSG in 4 straight contests head-to-head in all competitions. Obviously, they played in November in the Champions League. Bayern, escaped with kind of a 1-0 win in that game. But that was a long time ago. We're talking PSG now. They're, bar none, the best team in the world. The way they're playing, the way their players are in form, I don't see them losing this game. I don't see them, being eliminated by Bayern Munich in this game. Full disclosure, I got them plus 450 pre-tournament, so I'm kind of I'm sticking with them to win this game. I don't want to double down on this game specifically just yet, but we're looking at kind of the player prop market for a PSG to make some money.
So looking at the player prop market and the total here in this game, and a lot of star power in this one. The over is minus 188, guys, to the over 2.5. People are expecting goals in this game. Are you amongst that crowd that there's going to be multiple goals scored in this one?
Absolutely. You look at Bayern's backline; they're kind of struggling right now. They've given up 4 goals over the last 3 games. They're not exactly solid defensively. They've been able to, be broken down a little bit more frequently than we're accustomed to seeing in the Bundesliga against weaker opposition. PSG, all they do is press. All they do is score goals for fun, which is why I'm looking to Kavica Kvaratskhelia to score or assist. He's minus 120 on the odds boards there. This guy is, as hard to cover as he is to say his name. And I just see him giving Bayern Munich fits for the full 90 minutes.
I played one of his props earlier in the tournament, and I posted it on Twitter. And full disclosure, guys, I copy and pasted the name.
Of course.
I looked, I was like, KVAR. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I was just copy and paste.
Yes.
Like, give me this Karavicious dude, whatever. To score, give me this guy to score. All right, so for the record, Harry Kane plus 110 to score a goal. Dembele is plus 130. Both teams to score is minus 200 in this game. All right, so I mentioned Dortmund. Dortmund are a fun team to watch, aren't they, though, Chris, the way that they play? They come at you with weird angles. They attack a lot, too. Like, they hate passing the ball backwards and sideways. Like, it really is like we're going forward, like hell-bent, one way or another. And they're awkward. Like, they're kind of younger. They're fast. They're like a football team, Cam. They're almost like the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got like a tall, lanky dudes. And, they're just like they have possession of the ball a lot, but they're not Real Madrid, right? So how much are they in over their heads here? And what do you think about this game with Dortmund and Madrid here?
Yeah, so Dortmund, like you said, they're kind of a weird team. They're either, all in, all on offense, and, on their day they can beat anybody, or they're all offense, no defense, and they just kind of get, torn to shreds on the defensive side of things. Madrid, from top to bottom, they're 100% better, kind of littered across the field. They're obviously minus 300 to qualify for a reason here. I'm obviously not in a rush to play that number specifically, but Dortmund, again, the shot on target market's kind of the one that piqued my interest. Over 3.5 shots on target for Dortmund at minus 138 again. It's kind of a foolproof script for them, whether they're trailing or whether they're managed to get a lead. I think there's a couple paths for them to get this for a shot on target market.
All right, we've got an MLS game actually starting in 8 minutes, give or take here. So, like I said, guys, pretty busy night. Good stuff for a Friday night, a holiday Friday night. MLS stepping up with 3 matches: FC Dallas and Minnesota United. Dallas plus 175. This game's in Dallas. The draw is plus 260. Minnesota are a pretty good team, plus 140. Colorado Rapids minus 150. Home favorites tonight. That game's at 9:30 Eastern time. Draw plus 333, and KC are plus 333 on the road. And the LA Galaxy are plus 130. And I'm a Cap fan, Chris. So I've watched. I follow them. I go to their games. I've watched every game, and I am aware about who's out. And we'll go over it later. We'll remind people before 10:30. But a lot of guys are out, like international duty, injured, like 8 players. But you see, bro, they were also all out last week against LAFC, and they beat them 1-0. They're also out. I was like, there's no way in hell they're going to win that game when they all have E. coli, and they're playing like 3 guys from Whitecaps 2 against the Seattle Sounders. Whitecaps win 3-0. Like, you know what I mean? Last week, I'm like, oh, they're in trouble, bro. Like, they got to go to LAFC here. And LAFC coming off the FIFA Club World Cup, they win 1-0. Now we got a freaking LA Galaxy team that's won 1 game this year. We should know if they do have 2 draws in like their last 4 matches. But they got 1 win on the season. They're plus 130, and the Caps are plus 190 tonight, Chris. What's your take on the MLS card? And we'll start off with the Caps and the Galaxy.
Yeah, for the Caps and Galaxy, like, could you imagine the NHL continuing its season when, the 4 nations is going on? You know what I mean? Like, MLS is kind of just
it's the dumbest thing ever.
Going with the flow. Whoever's missing is missing.
I complained about it, Chris. As someone goes to games, no, it sucks. Like, I go to games. It's happened to me 3 times this year, guys, where I go to games with different people, and I tell them, the Whitecaps are the best team in the league, and then I got to give them the big, but there's like 7 guys out today. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, really? They're not. He's not here. I'm like, no, Brian White's not here. Like, no, he's not playing. Like, and it's like, it's disappointing all the time, Chris. Like for the fans and for the teams, guys. No excuses for the Whitecaps, but every damn game they've lost this year, Chris. They've been shorthanded. Like never lost when they had their full team.
Right. Yeah, like today, I think you kind of have to play them. The odds are too good to pass up. Like LA, I know they're missing a bunch of key players, but LA's just bad. You know what I mean? Like there's kind of those games where you kind of have to bet the number instead of the team. I know they're playing their, second stringers or whatever you call them, but the LA Galaxy, do you trust them? They've got 19 goals on the season. Do you think they're going to go, take on the second place team in the Western Conference and put up, 2 or 3 goals? Probably not. And if they do, you kind of have to live with that just because the odds tell you to do so. So yeah, I wouldn't be, afraid of clicking the button with the Whitecaps on the money line.
The LA Galaxy have played 20 matches this year. They have 1 win, 6 draws, and 13 losses. And they're big favorites against the Vancouver Whitecap team, who have played 19 games this year. They have 11 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses on the season. And you're getting plus 195 right now. All right, we'll wrap up with Chris on the other side. Of course, we're going to wrap up, since it is the 4th of July, with the Gold Cup final.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane. Honestly, they won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds,
regardless of the odds, just from basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like I think,
and the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
We're rolling along here. In-game live 4th of July edition, a Sports Rage in-game live edition. We're going to be with you until midnight Eastern tonight as well. So we're tracking the CFL. We're going to Major League Baseball in a couple of minutes. Dodgers, Astros coming up. We got a really cool series. McCullers on the hill. He's been lit up like a spliff on Snoop Dogg's tour bus as of late. So we got some props for that game. Game going off the board in a couple of minutes. FC Dallas, we talked about 5, 6, and 8 on the season. They're just the classic mediocre MLS team. And they're taking on Minnesota tonight. Minnesota are actually pretty good. Minnesota are scrappy. They got 34 points on the season. They're missing some dudes as well, though. Yeah, this game is one of those, a tough game to bet. You could talk about a draw here. I think a draw could actually be in play in this game. Minnesota have 7 draws on the season. Dallas have 6 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota won either at plus 140, right? Like, Minnesota are pretty good, although they're a better home team. So, yeah, you know what? For the DJs out there that want to play every game that's on the board tonight, let's play the draw here, Kim. You want to play it?
I like
play
the draw.
the draw.
I agree with you. Like, what are you thinking? Like 1-1? Do you like that game to go under, and the Rapids Sporting KC game to go over the 2.5?
Yeah, I do like the over 2.5 more in a Colorado game than Minnesota, but Minnesota could win 2-1, but a little play on the 1-1 draw, and we'll get into the Whitecaps after. But the Whitecaps are too good to be this big of, like, they're plus 190 right now, and you can we'll hit the Asian line and stuff as well. All right, Gold Cup Sunday night, USA Mexico. When it's all, it was a weird tournament, but when it was all said and done, you have the 2 co-favorites. I know the USA are pulling the old nobody believed in us and we were big underdogs. It's like, shut up. You were plus 187 favorites to win the damn tournament. The tournament's in the United States. Like, you don't give me this victim stuff. Like, it's in the U.S. Like, you're playing at home. You know what I mean? Like, but are they? Not really, to be honest. Because, Mexico crowd fans are going to take the Reliance Stadium over in Houston. Over 70,000 expected. USA, Mexico. For me, Chris, I'm betting the under this game, just point blank. Like, I like the under 2.5. It was minus 154. Dear God, it's up to 188 right now. I should have bet it already. But what do you think about the Gold Cup final?
Honestly, Gabe, the under is definitely the way to go. I think these teams are just kind of going to sit back, feel each other out for, the first 45 at least, and 1 goal. Mexico's the kings of winning 1-0 or losing 1-0. So I think, the under's the play. I know it's not very patriotic on the 4th of July, but I think Mexico's the better team, and I think they're going to win the trophy. You can get them minus 134. I just don't think the U.S. is kind of up to snuff in terms of quality. If you look at, who they've beat along the way to get here, their, recent friendly results were not very good against actual good teams. Switzerland, Turkey, they got kind of blown out. I think Mexico is kind of the better team, but under is probably the way to go in this game.
Chris Vaselli from covers.com. Where can people find you online, Chris, besides over at Covers?
Yeah, so covers.com, and we can check out my Twitter, my X, at MC_silly3, posting kind of everything under the sun, soccer, WNBA, baseball, you name it, we're talking about it over there.
Hey, good stuff, Chris. Thanks a lot for taking the time to be with us tonight. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Thanks for having me, guys.
We'll definitely do it again. Great breakdown. Good to get a soccer guy on the program. Great stuff. Does good stuff over at covers.com. All right, so happy 4th of July to everybody out there. We're at the half right now in the CFL football game. Hamilton Tiger Cats with a strong first half. Argo scored an early touchdown and have been struggling since. But all things being considered, if you're the Toronto Argonauts, being down 11 isn't that bad considering how you've been outplayed in this game. So it's 24-13 at the half. We got up to 37 points in this football game. I don't know how the hell they didn't add a field goal at the end there. I looked up and Hamilton.
They had a penalty. They had a penalty.
Then Toronto took a knee at the end. It's like, guys, you're losing the game. Just throw a freaking bomb or something. Like maybe something.
You said it, Morency, too. The referee, the Hamilton receiver was literally like 6 yards offside. The ref said enough is enough. He just threw the flag. It's like, he was already past the.
Yeah, you should have called it on the touchdown.
The ball. They get away with murder, these guys. But I'll tell you one thing. Away.
I'm like, Lawler, there's a reason why he's this wide open, guys. He's like 4 or 5 yards offside. Like, he took off too soon and whatever. Like, everybody's offside on every play in the CFL. So, and they don't, like, they try to time it, but like me and Cam always talk about, like, they'll just tell you. They're not going to call offside 10 times in a game. So look at what just happened. They got a touchdown on a bomb by being offside, and like Cam said, they gave him a little makeup call and pinched him for a field goal attempt after, like, because they got away with it too much.
Lawler got hurt too, guys.
Pushing it. You're pushing
For all
it.
the Argo bettors, Hamilton's best receiver is Lawler, and the guy's had 2 touchdowns tonight. He's made spectacular catches, but he on the last drive, Gabe, he fell on his hand, and it looked really, really weird. So I don't know what the story is there, but you kind of need 2 hands to catch a ball. It looked like he hurt his wrist, but I'm not sure if he's going to come back or whatever, but he's nursing an injury.
I'm not happy it slowed down. I bet over 67.5. I jumped in on that pretty big, and it's 63.5 right now at the half. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys. CFL football games, historically, there's more points in the second half. There, 37's a lot, but we don't need to get 37 again to get our overs. So it's 63.5 right now. For those of you looking to jump in at the half, I think this will go over to 63.5. The Argos will get things going, and there'll be pick sixes, and weird stuff will start to happen. Ryan Dinwiddie's a good coach, the coach of the Argonauts. He was, former player, for longtime college football fans remember. He used to be the quarterback of Boise State about 20 years ago. And then he was a quarterback in the CFL. He was always sort of a backup, never really a starter or anything like that, but he was in the league a while. He started a Grey Cup game, and he's a longtime assistant coach, and now he's the coach of Toronto, and he's won a couple of Grey Cups. So he's got the credibility to do what he wants. He's won enough over the years, but he's too conservative. It's like, bro, your defense can't stop Hamilton, all right? And Hamilton's offense is good. What are you punting for from the 50-yard line on a 3rd and 3? He did it earlier in the game on like a 3rd and 2, and Hamilton scored after.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from a basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
In-Game Live continues. A special edition of 4th of July. In-Game Live Sports Rage edition. I forgot what I called it during the football season. I had a better ring to it than what we're calling it now. But it's like the Super Terrific Happy Hour. It's all good.
Super Terrific Happy Hour. That's amazing.
By
the way,
Super
Blue Jays
Terrific
opened it up,
Happy
Gabe. They're up 3-0 now, so maybe the Blue Jays will be the one of the Toronto two-step. So, and this was a really dangerous spot for them tonight, but once again, this team finding ways. 3-0. And I'm so stupid, Morency, I had to do the dumpster dive. 2 worst teams in the league. I'm taking Colorado. Give me the Rockies tonight. real down and dirty. White Sox,
The Rockies versus
that's my
the
type
White
of game.
Sox. Dear God.
Yeah, I'm betting it. I love dumpster games.
I'm assuming tickets were going for what, like $2, $3 for
Free?
this game?
Yeah. You probably walk in.
Well,
and
it's
go,
whatever
get
the
in,
minimum
get up
fee
there.
is. Like,
Yeah.
StubHub is $3, so like you won't get like so if a ticket is $6, they're getting 3, and the dude's getting 3 or whatever, 2.5. Some of these sites though, it's like $2-3, but dear God, White Sox and Rockies. You know what though? We look at this game and look at it, it's like, oh my God, like, you know. Yeah, right now there's some 6-year-old kid eating popcorn and ice cream in the stands. He doesn't know what the standings, or she doesn't know what the standings are, and she doesn't care. They don't care. You're a kid. You go see like whether the team is good or not. It's they're all games, right? So it's a big league game.
You're a family in Denver. You could take the whole family out for like nothing. The tickets cost nothing. You buy pot, like that's the whole thing. It's
I do like their jerseys they're wearing today. They're wearing some cool jerseys, the Rockies, I see here. I'm watching the game right now. This is as long as I'm going to watch the game, Cam, but I'm just tuning in right now since we're talking.
That's cool, though. I got money on the Rockies, so they've always been good to me. Always been good to me with the plus runs.
I don't want to be a jerk, but I was going to say, give me the White Sox coming off. The White Sox just played the Dodgers. This is a step down in class.
They did.
For them.
You know what, though? They got embarrassed by the Dodgers. The Dodgers came back and beat them in the ninth, humiliated them, and shut them out the next game. I'm not sure the White Sox can do anything. The Rockies have been competitive. They're battling Houston.
All right, Cam's on the Rockies. We got to move on from that because the Dodgers are
okay.
Get back
Next topic. Next topic.
It's enough of the Rockies. All right, so the Dodgers, McCullers and Kasperius on the hill here tonight. And McCullers has been bad, guys. All right, like McCullers has been lit up. 12 runs in his last 2 starts, McCullers. But it's not just that. Like his ERA is 6 on the season. He's really been struggling. You figure there's going to be runs in this game. The Dodgers are minus 185 right now. Kasperius is pretty good. He got lit up his last start against Kansas City. He gave up 6 runs. He's more of a bullpen guy that can give you 3-4. If he's doing well, you can go 4 innings type of deal. He's not really a starter, but he doesn't get lit up all the time. So he had a bad outing against KC. The thing is, McCullers is a gas can. And the Dodgers are smoking hot. Both these teams are so hot right now. It's unbelievable how good both these teams are playing right now. The Dodgers are 15-3. 15-3 in their last 18 baseball games. And then you get the Astros, who are 15-6 in their last 21. McCullers, his ERA 6.13, gave up 8 runs in his last start, 4 runs in the start before. Mookie Betts, guys, he's faced him 15 times, 15 at-bats, 7 for 15 in his career against McCullers. So I'm going to play the Dodgers here tonight. If you want to play the Dodgers on the run line, it's plus 110. Minus 185, I'm not a massive fan of, but I think the Dodgers are going to keep this thing going here tonight against the Astros. So give me the Dodgers minus 185. I'll put a little on the run line here, too. I'll split it up. So let's go a little on the run line here. And let's look at McCullers' props here, actually. Let's look at McCullers. I'm going to pick on McCullers, Cam. Watch him pitch a no-hitter tonight. But, like, pitcher strikeouts. Let's see, McCullers, pitcher strikeouts. Like, how many strikeouts is McCullers? I think McCullers going to get lit up here tonight. So let's see. McCullers to record the win, no 450. Earn runs, McCullers, over 2.5, minus 150. That's what I'm going to play.
So let's go very
over.
Light. All they need is 3 earned runs? Wow.
Over 2.5 earned runs. And we hit this last night. Let's not forget about this, guys. The Dodgers' first run inning, Cam. Kasperius could easily give up a run in the first inning to the Astros, and the Dodgers could easily score McCullers in the first inning. Will there be a run in the first inning? Yes, there will be. And I think we're going to send a message out. We ban anybody that says Yerfie or Nerfie. You know, Joe Madden does it, and I like her.
She's our girl, though. So, yeah, well, but anybody else?
I told her it's not good. She still doesn't, though. She doesn't listen. It's like all women. Don't listen to me.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from a basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
All right, in-game live. We're into level 2 right now. You know what? At 10 o'clock, I guess we should start playing heavier music. We're not going to. The show is in-game live, but we should.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
We're going to be with you until midnight tonight. Thanks to Chris Vaselli from Covers for joining us. Coming up, we got the Philly Godfather. We got Dan Kaiser Sports in the house with us. Rob Vito, Tony Finn will join us this evening as well. All right, so as far as this Dodger game, Dodgers-Astros coming up, as we were talking about, the Dodgers, 13-5 in their last, 15-3 in their last 18 games. A little bit of a step up in class for them. The Dodgers were beating up on the White Sox and the Rockies and the Athletics and stuff. So now they're playing the Astros. Astros are on a run, 16-5 in their last 21, but we talked about Lance McCullers and his problems. So we're playing Lance McCullers over 2.5 earned runs, -150. Dodgers to win the game, -185. Will there be a run in the first inning? Yes. Yes, -125. Dodgers -1.5 +110. And let's wrap it up with a player prop here with Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases. As I say, the Mookie Betts is 7 for 15 in his career against McCullers. And you're getting plus money with this, too. +115 for Mookie Betts. +115, Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases. All right. I'm betting the Dodgers-Astros. Cavs more interested in the White Sox and the Rockies game.
Nah, I got other action, too. But, yeah, I got things are going on. Yeah,
and the Blue
I just like
Jays.
betting bad games. Yeah, I got
That's
the Blue
not
Jays
on
game
TV. You can't see the Blue Jay game. It's on Apple.
No. I know. I do have Apple products. I can do it. I'm obviously doing a show with you right now, so I don't have time to go through the BS that I'm going to have to deal with. But the Angels got something cooking right now. They got the first 2 guys on. They're +2.5,
You'd have to pay for it. If you have Apple
you gotta
TV,
pay for it?
you don't just get the game. It's like MLS soccer. You got to pay for the MLB package on top of it. So yeah, the Blue Jay game. Blue Jay fans are disappointed because the Blue Jays are owned by the network that So every Blue Jay game is like Blue Jays are on 24/7. They show the games all day, like over and over. Now the Blue Jays are super hot this week, and suddenly Blue Jay fans are like, "What the hell?" Where's the game tonight? People the other day, I'll put you, Cam. Do you know what? Why are the Toronto Blue Jays called the Blue Jays?
Why are they called the Blue Jays?
Yeah, it's not like there's Blue Jays everywhere in Toronto or something.
It's a good point. I see Blue Jays, but they're not a most popular bird. I would say robins and Orioles are more prevalent. I have an Oriole living in my nest.
I was asking people, like, baseball names, why are they called it? So, you know, like, the Blue Jays, for people that don't know, the Toronto Blue Jays name actually just came from a fan vote. A fan gave them the name. And they liked the name because Labatt Blue owned the team when they came into the league. And Labatt Blue told people, put something with blue in it. Like, basically,
I like
people
that.
knew.
Beer company, Blue Jays.
Yeah, people like the executives like all nodded and said Blue Jays. We like it because we're Labatt Blue. So they wanted like blue, right? And so that's, you know, people wonder, like, you know, I was wondering, well, Toronto Blue Jays, why are they Toronto Blue Jays? Now, like, you know, I'm not saying there's no Blue Jays in Toronto at all, because a bunch of jackasses started sending me tweets about, I saw a Blue Jay in my backyard in Etobicoke.
Yeah, they're bird enthusiasts.
Good for you in Etobicoke,
Come on,
okay?
Morency.
Like, there's a bird in Etobicoke. Like, so I told people, I said, listen, since you saw a blue bird doesn't mean it's a Blue Jay, all right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a lot of bluebirds.
Yeah, but nevertheless, so that's why Toronto are the Blue Jays, for people wondering. It was literally just a fan vote.
I should have known that.
They were owned by Labatt Blue at the time. The first owners, Carlsberg owned them, but Labatt Blue, whatever, was the Canadian division. And they wanted blue in the name. Like, they knew they were, you know, blue theme, blue jerseys, you know what I mean? They had blue in mind. So whoever came up with that name, Blue Jays, they better got hooked up pretty good. Like, season tickets for life type thing. Like, think of all the merch that's been sold over the years of the name that you gave them. So
just tied it, Gabe. 3-run bomb, I think.
Oh,
3-3.
there it is. Blame the fan that gave them the name.
Yeah, blame the fan. That's just smart by the beer company. We're Labatt Blue. Give us something blue. It's like, and Blue, it just works. Like, everything worked out quite well with that exchange.
Toronto Blue Jays baseball brought to you by Labatt Blue. It just rings like, hey, Labatt Blue Jay baseball. They were good. They actually won too, that ownership, but they didn't like it after. It was the players were costing too much money. All right, so the Hamilton Tiger Cats returned the opening kickoff of the second half to like midfield, but now they've stalled a little bit. It's 1st and 10 on the Toronto 47. Toronto seemed to be in trouble in this game. Let's be real. They're down 11, and their offense is hit or miss. Like, they move the ball, and then they get stopped. Hamilton are kind of moving the ball like every time they get the ball. But Toronto's defense making some plays here. Teasers are still alive. You got plus 14 and a half on the Argos, depending on the number. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting points here. We're still holding out hope we can get to 68 in this game right now. So if you're just joining us, Astros, Dodgers, Kasperius versus McCullers. The total is, we played the over 1.5. We played the will there be a run in the first inning? Yes. So I say yes. I wouldn't be surprised if there was over 9 runs in this game. The ball could, you know, travel out of Chavez Ravine tonight. But so we play the Dodgers minus 1.5, plus 105. It's plus 110 right now, minus 185 on the money line. Mookie bets over 1.5 total bases, and McCullers over 2.5 earned runs. We got KC and Arizona coming up as well. Here's another one that I don't really have a ton of interest in here. The Royals and the D-backs. What about you, Cam? Are you betting this game?
I looked at this game, and then my first reaction was Bubic he's not too bad, and I think maybe an under game, but I'm with you. Like, the Royals had a nice little comeback in Seattle. They're playing a lot better, getting better pitching, but they're a team you can't trust because their bats go to sleep. And Arizona is an interesting team, too, because they're very streaky, and their bullpen reeks, and I don't know, Gabe. It's just one of those games where, like, literally flip a coin, and I'm not really interested. I'd probably take Kansas City in that spot, but I'm not betting it. I got enough bets of all the other sports.
I remember Chris Vasily joined us, and he said he liked Chelsea over 4.5 shots on target. This match has started. We're 8 minutes in right now, and Chelsea have 1 shot on target. It's now 5.5 in game. So Chelsea have a shot on target, but it's still scoreless in this game. And like I said, I don't think it's going to get to 3. You can do same-game parlays in-game here, too. So let's see. Match goals under 2.5 is minus 163. Let's go under 3.5 to be safe. And let's go, what's Chelsea to qualify? Minus 120. No, let's go Chelsea to win. Not to qualify. Let's go with result. Chelsea to win. What's this going to pay? Whoa, plus 150. Chelsea to win. Under 2.5 is plus one. Under 3.5 is plus 150. It's pretty good odds. But you know what? Why be a wimp? I'm going to go under the 2.5. Let's get some real odds here, kid.
Yeah. You can split it up.
Okay, result. Chelsea, yes. Chelsea result to win at under 2.5. Oh, yeah, you're going to like this one. Plus 300.
That's my language. Like it. 3
I'm
to 1
right
sold.
Now.
Hamilton's on the doorstep, by the way. So more points.
Yeah, they're not. He just fumbled, but it looks like he's down. So under 2.5, Chelsea to win the game, plus 300 right now in game, guys. I see the book I'm betting at. They offer a $10 safety net bet. If my bet loses, they're going to give me $10 back. Thank you.
Hey, buy a burger. $10.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
In-game live, 4th of July special edition continues. I am Morency. We're kicking it on the SportsGrid Radio and Television Network. We hope you've had a great holiday. So far, we're just getting started. Ton of games to bet on tonight. Live games. Still have more matches coming up. We got a little bit of something for everybody, depending on your sport. Major League Baseball, CFL football, MLS soccer, Chelsea and Palmeiras in the quarterfinals, and the FIFA Club World Cup are in action right now as we speak. We're tracking it all. And, of course, every time we go to a commercial break, there seemingly is a touchdown It took a little while. Like they've eaten up like half the third quarter of play, but Hamilton finishes it off. He scored a touchdown on a wild play that was called back to illegal procedure, and then they just scored on the next play again anyways. So Toronto can't stop them. So figure it out, Dinwiddie, and stop like punting. You got to go for it every time for the rest of the game now. And I say this is someone who wants to get the over 67.5 in game. It's 65.5 right now. Ticats minus 17.5, 31-13 midway through third quarter of play. As Cam alluded to, the Angels, big-time series in Toronto coming off the Yankees series. The Blue Jays are now minus 155. Halos are plus 125. They're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. I think the Blue Jays will find a way to come back, and they had the 3-0 lead. They blew the lead, but I think the Jays will win the game. We're still scoreless right now. Palmeiras and Chelsea actually playing at the link. Philly Godfather would have been there, but he said, "No, I'm doing the show instead tonight." Like he was going to go to the soccer match. What's going on, Philly? I just realized, the game's in Philadelphia. What's up, man?
Nice. Happy July 4th, guys, man. A little too much drinking to go anywhere today. A little barbecuing. Probably gained like 5 pounds already, but no sour lemon diesel.
I like
my friends call me like, "Come on over. They got sour lemon diesel." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I had enough to drink already."
I'm good here. Exactly. Not moving.
See, I'm the other way around. I could blaze all day, but I'm like, nah, I better not drink now. That's not a good idea. Yeah. And like I even said to people tonight, I'm like, yeah, we're on 4 hours, but you know, I know it's the 4th of July, so like we need non-drinkers only. We need like this is the weed crew tonight we have on the air, guys, for the most part. No, it's true, Kim.
Marijuana.
Like I told some,
a lot of
I said, listen, like I know some of the guys here. Like I even double-checked with Rob Vino. We got another guy from Philadelphia joining us. Touchdown Toronto.
They took it all the way back.
CFL,
Who won the
baby.
groceries for life? Gotta love the Canadian Football League.
You need one more. You need one more now. There's someone in Canada right now, guys. It's like, oh, my God, I got $1 million on the line. Philly Godfather at CFL Friday Night Football, and it's one of the coolest promos they have. Like, it's just so CFL unique like. So their title spawn, hell of a kickoff return. What a run. 110 yards. But so get this. One of their big sponsors is a grocery store. It's called Save On Foods. So, and it's really on the west coast of Canada more so. So you enter during the week at Save On Foods, and then they draw one name for Friday Night Football. And when they draw your name, if there's 2 kickoff returns in the game for a touchdowns, you win $1 million.
It's John Sicardo from Maple Ridge, British Columbia.
We just had one right now. So there's somebody out there. They're not even gamblers. There's like some old lady in like Manitoba right now that like if there's another kickoff return, she wins $1 million. Like right
It's actually from BC, Gabe. They just showed the guy's name, Save On Foods. Yeah, he's from Maple Ridge.
Oh, is it? He's from BC.
Yeah, I just saw it on the TV. Yeah, they're like,
so there's some dude in BC right
one
now.
More, John.
Yeah, some dude in Maple Ridge.
John.
Hell, that's where Larry Walker's from, isn't it? That's where Larry Walker's from.
Larry Walker is from Maple Ridge, British Columbia. And by the way, here's my idea. If you get one back, you get groceries at least for a month or something. It's hard to get 2 kickback. Come on, man. You got it. Not for life.
They should give you a little bonus for one of them.
Yeah.
Who picks the customer, Gabe? Who picks is it a raffle?
It's just a drawing of the grocery store.
Stars, yeah.
That's what we got.
It's on their website.
Yeah. We got to go talk to that guy.
But get this, there's one right near my place, so I go in. Yeah, it's Philly
Godfather's thinking,
I like your
let's
stuff.
talk about this draw.
See, Phil, Philly Godfather's for real. I remember I saw an interview years ago with like the head match fixer, like the head of the head of the Hong Kong cartel type of thing, right? And he did one interview in his life type of And they said, so what do you do? And he goes, get to a goalie. He goes, that's so primitive, right? He goes, no. And I like Philly God. He goes, who makes the raffle, right? Like, So the head guy in Singapore, he goes, no, that's in movies and stuff. Where he goes, yeah, we could pay a player to do something stupid. He goes, but everyone would know, right? And he goes, we don't want people to know. And then he kind of grinned. They said, what do you do? And he goes, if you want to control teams, control the federation. And he kind of grinned, Philly Godfather, right? And he basically said, we have team presidents, the head of referees. And like, not the refs, but the head of refereeing. Like, you know, like there's a real method to the madness, and perfect segue actually into Philly Godfather's book, right? With stories like this about the Tim Donaghy stuff in Philadelphia.
There it is. There it is. I hope you guys pick it up. It's available.
How much was Scott Foster involved in that, man? This guy's still around.
That guy's unreal. That was awesome. I love you, Philly Godfather. That was amazing.
Audio cut out. No audio.
Oh, that was the bad one. Sorry. Cut, Mike.
I'm just saying, like, you know, I see Foster still around there. You know.
Listen, Jake, I'll tell you.
I'm having a heart attack. That was amazing.
When they did that Untold documentary, Flagrant Foul, Netflix interviewed us. They interviewed me for 2 hours. And they called me back. They said, we couldn't use your segment. So
really, yeah.
I talked about 3 other referees. They were scared, you know, legal reasons. And I said, you know, I didn't blame them. But there was a couple of
You know what though? Remember with the P. Rose story, guys? They dug under the cover. It's funny. Faye Vincent nailed P. Rose to the cross. He didn't have a lot to say about like the 9 umpires that they found out stuff about, right? Like. Because, you know, they looked under the hood of everything, and it was like, oh, yeah, by the way, like, you know, Pete Rose isn't the only one, right, Commissioner? But it's like, well, he's the only one the public knows about, so shut up.
That's what saved Jimmy Batista, because they weren't offering him a deal with the NBA betting scandal, and he was looking at 20 years. And then him and his lawyer scared the Fed to see they were going to put every NBA ref on his hand, and that changed everything.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he can be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
In-game live continues. You just had a crazy punt here. The Ticats just punted the ball. It went out of bounds on like the half-yard line. So the Argos are backed up here. But they just had a kickoff return for a touchdown. And I said during the break, right a second ago, I said out loud, I said, man, Argos need a pick 6. Like their defense last week, that one guy had 2 returns. He had a pick 6, and he had a missed field goal return for like 110 yards last week. we just had another kickoff return. Like the Argos returns are like keeping them in their season here right now. And I said out loud, I said, man, they need a pick six here now. Boom. Like Buddy was sitting on it, but he dropped it. And Hamilton punted. But we got a game, man. 31-19, like 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Total closed at 54. We're already up to 50 right now. In-game total sitting at 67.5. Hamilton minus 12.5 right now. The Philly Godfather in the house with us. Philly Godfather's been pulling the trigger on football futures, but he's also betting baseball as well. And just quickly, we could tell you we got a winner on the board here, ladies and gentlemen. Will there be a run in the first inning? Yes, in the Dodger game. Houston put a 2-spot up in the first. So let's get the party started here. In-game total now 10.5 at Chavez Ravine. Any late-night baseball for you, Philly Godfather?
I bet the over in the Giants game. Yes, run first inning. That's about it for late night.
Giants game. As a Dodger fan, I don't pay attention to Giant games for the most part.
Where they play? KC? No, it's Arizona. Where the Giants? Oh, Giants and Athletics. Yeah, it's gas can. Yeah, it's gas can alert there. Sears, Roebuck, and who else? Who else is going there? Verlander. That guy got right.
Oh, you know what I'm looking at? I kind of like that. Like, I don't see it because it hasn't started yet. Yeah, it's not in.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, I don't see it. Yeah, here it is. All right, so
I like that play,
Giants.
Philly.
So you go with the what'd you say? The over and the
like
Giants and the Athletics at that sandbox in Sacramento. The total is 10.
Big time.
Yeah, you got two bad pitchers on man. You got the weather, home run index, the third highest on the board. I don't know. It's got to go over.
This is a so-called rivalry game, supposed to be San Francisco versus Oakland, right? Yeah. So now it's San Francisco versus Sacramento, and ironically enough, San Francisco's AAA team were the ones that were playing in this stadium before. So it's some guys on San Francisco are going to feel like they're going home here. I think the Giants will win the game. So Philly Godfather's liking the 10. So Philly Godfather football futures. We're like 61 days away from NFL football right now. I saw you and I were tweeting about the Michigan Wolverines. And for the last like 2 recruiting classes, especially for not this year, but next year, it's stupid loaded. Like Sharon Moore and Michigan are like really, really, really killing it in the recruiting trail. And now, as I tweeted out, I said, all right, now you got to back it up and go win some football games, right? I mean, the boosters and the NIL people, they got them everybody. The only thing Michigan are missing right now, they don't have a star wide receiver. Right? They sort of have a bunch of guys, but they don't have like that one sort of, he's going to the NFL type of wide receiver. But they are super loaded. I'm buying in right now. Illinois is a trendy team, Philly Godfather, just as far as win totals are concerned. I like this Clemson team. What are you looking at for college football so far?
I took Manning to win the Heisman at 9-1. I think it's down to 7-1. But like you said, Michigan, they got the 10th best odds to win it all at 25-1. And it really depends on how good Penn State is and if Ohio State comes back and, they're a juggernaut again this year, which I don't think they will be. But, yeah, I like Michigan there. I actually think Penn State's got a shot to make the national championship this year, maybe play Texas in it. They're the 2 teams I'm looking at. Ole Miss at 35-1. They're a dangerous team. LSU at 18-1. That's another team that intrigues me. And, again, like you said, Clemson, they're going to be tough to beat at 12-1.
Clemson are a good football team, guys. People have bashed Dabo Swinney over the years and how he approaches things. So the Argos get stopped. Like, they don't do anything on their own. Like, they had the ball in the 1. But they don't concede the safety. They actually didn't. I thought they would. They didn't concede the safety. They punted the ball, but their kicker just kicked it out of bounds, which in the CFL is a penalty. It can bounce out of bounds, but you can't kick it out of bounds. Like they encourage returns in the CFL. So that's a big penalty right there. You might as well have just taken the safety at that point, but it is what it is. All right, we'll wrap up with Philly Godfather on the other side. We'll get you up to date with everything. Astros put a 2-spot up on the board, so we cash that. Runs in the first inning prop. White Sox up 2-0 on Cam's Colorado Rockies.
What are you doing, Rockies? Come on.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from a basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
This is getting stupid now. Every time we go to a commercial break, there's a touchdown. Like, we've missed the last 3 touchdowns of this game. Another touchdown, commercial break, another bomb. Kenny Lawler's unstoppable tonight. And you know what? I took my shots at Bo Levi Mitchell coming into the year. This guy is he's slinging it tonight, right on the money. 37-19, another touchdown. So this total, I jumped in on, I got the over 52.5, I got over 57.5, and I got over 67.5. And we're off and running right now, 37-19 with about 4 minutes left in the third quarter of play. They have it locked. All right, it's unlocking. Hamilton, 17.5, 71.5. So 37-19 right now. We're at 56. And I'm already on 67.5, guys. I told you at the half when it was 63.5 that I thought it would go over that number. I said I'm not worried about my 67.5, really. I'm not going to get stupid like I often do here. We're already on 3 overs. But if you're jumping in fresh right now, I think it's going to go over 71.5. Like, there's going to be more points in this game. Like, when there's big returns, touchdowns on almost every second play right now. So let the CFL stands for 3 things: Canadian Football League, Crazy Football League, and Chronic Football League. Because they never tested for it. That's why Ricky Williams came to the Argos a long time ago. They told
what?
him,
No drug
you don't
testing?
test for weed in the CFL, Ricky. You can play football and smoke all you want. It's like, I'm sold. Sold.
I like the CFL rules.
He loved it. All right, so Philly Godfather with us. Yeah, so that soccer game in Philadelphia, Chelsea are on the board.
Yes.
Chelsea are up 1-0 right now in the 32nd minute over Palmeiras. And as far as the shots on goal prop that we all played, Chelsea over 4.5 shots on target. They have 4 right now, and we're in the 32nd minute. So they already have 4. They're probably going to have at least 1 more shot on target in this game. They're going to do this in the first half. All right, so we'll get Philly Godfather out of here, but congratulations. I know the book is booming. Not easy in the modern era, especially the paperbacks, too. You know, a lot of big people like write books and sell like 70 copies, and like former politicians that nobody cares about and stuff. And my story. So your story's kicking ass. Where can people find it? And what do you got going on, Philly Godfather?
Yeah, you can go to phillybooked.com, or you can go to Amazon, pick it up. And we got huge news on the horizon. Streaming network, we agreed to a deal to do a pilot. about the book. So if they like it, they might pick it up. We might get 3 to 5 seasons on one of these big streaming networks. And I'll let you guys know on Twitter if that goes through.
All right, good stuff, Philly Godfather. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for taking the time to be with us.
Good luck, guys.
There's Philly Godfather with us. So Bo Levi Mitchell tonight, 16-20. Dear God, 16-20, 280 yards. For the record, his prop was 312.5. So Bo Levi Mitchell, he's at 280 yards right now, 16-20. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions this evening. He's just killing it. Kenny Lawler, unbelievable. Kenny Lawler only has 5 catches on the night, but 177 yards and 3 touchdowns. For Kenny Lawler. We did play Kenny Lawler to score a touchdown at minus 150. Cash that. We also played Nick Arbuckle over 290 passing yards. Nick Arbuckle's at 142, 12 of 18, yet he's going to have to sling it for the rest of the game right now.
Well, the good news is Hamilton's up so much. They're playing like a soft zone. He's starting to carve these guys up a little bit. Crazier things have happened. There will be more points.
Yeah, no. I think it's in play here.
Yeah.
It's got a shot, the 290.5. I played DeMonte Coxey. Coxey's letting me down tonight. He's got 2 catches, 15 yards. Thing with the Argo wide receivers, every week it's someone different. Like whenever you think, oh yeah, and Coxey's supposed to be the guy every week, but he isn't because the other team's best DB is on him. And Arbuckle, to be honest, I know people are critical of Arbuckle a lot, but he has no time. He's running for his freaking life on every play. Look at this. Like every play he's running for his life. Like literally every play every time Arbuckle throws the ball, like he's running. It's not easy. Like as far as accuracy, like he literally snaps the ball and has about a second. It's like, huh, look around. There. All right, I gotta go. Look at this, Kev. He doesn't have a choice. Like he has to be on the move all the time.
That was great athleticism. He could have been sacked 2 times there. He's moving his feet and he's still keeping his eyes downfield. You're right. Let's call it out for what it is. The Toronto Argonauts offensive line reeks. And I watch these guys live, Gabe. Even the Stampeders are like moving these guys around. Arbuckle's dead. Like that's the whole thing. I don't care who you are. You're one of the best quarterbacks. You got no time, you're dead. Like, their line needs help.
So they are moving. No, he's up to 166 now, but they are moving the ball. We got 30 seconds left in the third quarter of play, 37-19. They're on like the 5-yard line. The Argos have marched down the field pretty quickly here. Like I said about that 71. Let's see, where is this? What are they going to do with this now? Man, I swear to God, man, Bet365 lock these CFL games more than a bank locking their vault. It's like constantly locked.
So I know
it's like lock.
It's pissing me off, man.
Like, oh, what's the number? Locked.
They used to always keep it up. What the hell? Because people are betting
Argos.
This league now.
All right, there's my Coxey touchdown. I was just said DeMonte Coxey was letting me down. I have him total yards over 70.5, and I have him to score a touchdown plus 110. Boom, touchdown Coxey. Good job, Coxey. I always believed in you.
Yeah, Coxey's really let me down tonight. Touchdown, Coxey. Hey, but here's the thing. Every time, for all you bettors out there, and Gabe, I'm not a trends guy as much as you, every time Toronto and Hamilton get together for these games right around 4th of July, July 1st, Canada, it's always like 42-38 or so. It's just madness. Points, and more points. They can't play an under.
Yeah, the last 3 times they played, it was like, we go over the scores. They've been decided by 8 points. One other reason why I like the Argos tonight. It's like everyone's like, oh, Hamilton owned them. Not really. They beat them 3 straight times, yes, but like they're 4-6 in the last 10, whatever. And last year they beat them 3 times, and it was like 33-31, 31-28. Then there was one. Let me get the scores. But Cam's right. They play higher scoring games, these teams. And another thing for people paying attention, and I'm sure Rob Vino's going to come in grinning like a cat after. Oh, I killed it, Gabe. The Gabe, CFL second half over. Free money. It's just free money.
Exactly.
Second half
free
over.
Money. Like, Vino, you're right.
I get messages from him. He goes, I'm betting blindly, Gabe. I'm like, yeah, we don't really have a choice here, right? Like, but look, guys, case in point. What did I say earlier? I said, it'll be points in this game, guys. They've scored 25 points in the third quarter. So the third quarter is coming to an end, but they just put 25 points up in the quarter. New in-game total is 76.5 right now. And, dear God, so 76.5. What are we at here? So they just moved to 77 as I was talking. So it's 37-26. We're at man, we're getting high. So we're at 50.
I got
we're
a question. I got a question for you.
I'm going.
I got
over.
a question
I'm
for
going
you.
over. I'm going over.
I think it could still go over. So okay, there's 4 CFL games so far. Both got over. You might have got a push in the first game in the Stampede Bowl with Calgary smoking Winnipeg. This game's gone over. What game goes under? I'm thinking BC. That's the game. I don't think there's going to be as many points as people think in that game. I see more. Like I know BC's defense, you can run on them. There's not going to be 4 overs.
I'm playing all 4 overs.
Of course you are. That's what you do. The weather's good.
The
we'll
CFL. The CFL. I think it could be, like you said, one of them could end up going under. Drew Brown is back for Ottawa this week. He's a good quarterback, but he hasn't played yet. Actually, he played in week 1 and he got hurt. So he got hurt right away. But he's back, and I assume he'll actually be okay. Like he's been like nearly playing. He nearly played last week, type of deal. You got Nate Rourke back. You got Trey Ford and the Elks. So like the Ottawa Edmonton game, there should be points. Edmonton's defense is terrible, and their offense is pretty good. Trey Ford runs around and makes plays. So I think there'll be points there. Montreal, BC. You figure, is it going to be a track meet with McLeod Thompson playing? But BC's defense is terrible too, dude. They give up like 35 points a week. Like they can't stop anything.
Pete Crow Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he could be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just hit 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane, honestly. They won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds...
Regardless of the odds, just from a basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like I think...
And the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
In-game live continues. I am Gabriel Morency on the SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. See, we're about 15 minutes away from when Sports Rage would be starting. So we're going to be with you until midnight tonight for 4th of July, 4 hours. Let's rock. We got a really entertaining football game going on. It's a track meet, and the Argos are like lingering. They're hanging. It's 37-26 right now, but remember, they were down 11 at the half, actually. It was 24-13. So, like, it's sort of, they're kind of right where they started. They just got called for pass interference. the thing with the Argos here is they haven't scored 2 times in a row. Like, they score and then Hamilton scores, like punches back all the time. The Argos need a stop and another score. Then we got ourselves a game coming down the stretch here. But I couldn't help myself. I was kidding earlier about the like when you go to a comedy show and they make you lock your phone in one of those like bags, little sacks. I got to get a sack for myself during these games because I get crazy betting in game. I need to lock my phone up.
I got to be honest with you. You need a sack made of like titanium or something like hard to break into because
I'd
you're going to
break
be all
it after too.
you got a hammer. Give me my phone. You just go absolutely nuts. I need to bet. I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, dude. I hit the button so many times during golf, like it's stupid. But hey,
they used to be able to bet on a computer. You can't bet on a computer anymore. Like it says, oh, download the app, and the apps because they geo block you. They computers can be easily whatever. Like the cell phones, like their geo tracker locations are bang on. All right, the Astros just opened it up. It's 4-1 Houston right now. We should have bet that over 9. I like that. Remember, I told you guys there's going to be runs in this game, but the Dodgers put up 1 in their end of the first. Houston put up a 2 spot in the first. Now they put up another 2 spots. So it looks like it's going to be one of those nights in Los Angeles tonight. In-game total is 11.5, guys, and I think it's going to get there. The Dodgers are going to get to McCullers, and Houston already have 4 runs. We're already at 5 right now, but let's bring in a different opinion. The professor, Dan Kaiser, in the house with us. Happy 4th of July, Dan. Thanks for joining us on a holiday edition of the program tonight. How you doing tonight?
It's been a good day in baseball so far. So, yeah, can't complain. I'm happy to be on when that happens.
What do you think of this Dodger-Astro game? I was expecting runs. I bet, will there be a run in the first inning? Yes. I talked about McCullers. ERA is 6.13 on the season. He gave up 8 runs in his last start, 4 runs in the start before that. I figured the Dodgers are going to get to McCullers. And Kasparius has been gotten to here, but we're already at 5 now. I don't think 11.5 is crazy, personally, Dan. I think we can get there, actually, to the over.
Yeah, when I was looking at this game earlier today, I was same thing that you were thinking. I thought there was going to be Dodgers were going to put up a ton of runs against McCullers because he's just been bad this season, and you know, Dodgers pitchers have not been outstanding this season. You know, they've been dealing with some injuries, but their pitching's not been outstanding either. So I was with you. I thought this game was going to go over to begin with, and now the way the Astros came out and put up runs early, I'm with you. I think this game could easily go over the 11.5 because I think the Dodgers should get 5 or 6 themselves before this game is over.
So I just clicked it over 11.5, and you can get the Dodgers now, guys, plus 2.5, minus 125. We're only in the top of the 3rd inning here. There's a lot of baseball left. Dodgers on the money line, plus 260. And I brought it up last night, guys. Remember, the Dodgers lead Major League Baseball in comeback wins, actually. They're often trailing in these games early. All right, an update with the rest of the baseball card right now. The Angels and the Blue Jays still tied at 3 right now. Big drama in Toronto. No one sees it because it's on Apple TV, but they're playing. It's 3-3 right now. It's so the Angels are minus 130. They got runners on first and second, top of the 9th inning. There's 1 out here. Dan, this Toronto Blue Jay team has been just straight fire. We'll see if they're able to pull this game out. What did you think of the Angels and the Blue Jay series?
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. I was looking at the Blue Jays in these games. I just, like you said, they've been on fire. The Angels, I don't know. I've always seemed to be on the wrong side of the Angels when I do play them this year, so I haven't done a lot with them. But I just, like you said, the way Toronto's been playing right now, it's kind of hard to bet against them.
And Cam, your Rockies right now, plus 150.
Came back.
Yeah,
I
got them at
again, though.
I know they were down 2-0, and I bet them again, Gabe. So I told you, Rockies run lines. Don't worry about like the money lines and stuff like that. But yeah, I still think they can come back at plus 144. I agree with you guys with the over in the Dodgers game. And Kansas City, first inning, they're still batting. They put up a 3 spot against the Snakes.
All right, we've got, and don't forget, we got that San Francisco-Sacramento game coming up as well at the bottom of the board here. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, well, I just told you guys that we need 2 more touchdowns. We just got 1 of them. Hamilton scores again. It wasn't Lawler this time.
Wow.
But it was a crazy catch and pass. Like, Bo Levi Mitchell is on fire.
He's on fire tonight.
Like, this guy's throwing darts. He's talking smack to the Argos. I don't know who he's talking smack to now. But, man, that was a crazy catch in traffic, man, over the middle here. Like, seriously, like, big time. Man, this Ticat team is really rolling. I got to give him credit. That was a sick catch. So we'll see what the new updated number is right now, and we'll see if the Argos, like I said, guys, a couple of minutes ago, every time the freaking Argos, like, make a game of it and they cut it back down to 10-11, Hamilton go down the field and score. So, wow. It's 44-26 right now, just like that. It sounds like a blowout. It felt like it was just close a second ago, but suddenly it's a blowout. 44-26 right now. We'll get you the number when it unleashes. We'll get Dan's thoughts. We got a break coming up in a minute here. We'll get Dan Kaiser's thoughts on the San Francisco-Sacramento game coming up later. We were talking about this game and liking the over of this game earlier tonight. Philly Godfather actually was with us. He said he likes the over of this game. So, yeah, 44-26 right now. We're up to 70 points in this football game. Freaking track meet, second half special. They've now scored 33 points in the second half of this game. We'll see if the Argos can bounce back. You figure eventually their will is going to be broken. Meanwhile, Chelsea are up 1-0 at the half. We've reached halftime. 1-0 for the Blues. Chelsea up 1-0. They still are stuck at 4 shots on target.
Armstrong on the mound to see what he does. Like, Ohtani, just by himself at the plate, is the best hitter in Major League Baseball. Let's just say, keep it in the National League at this point. He's the MVP. So I can't wait till he pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 earned runs. Time they go like, I don't know if he can be the MVP now. Oh, no, he's still hitting 300 with 45 jacks and just pitched 6 innings in a Major League Baseball game. And people are going to hold that against him.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You want to take that gap year and trade LeBron James somewhere and get value, legitimate value for a 41-year-old player, LeBron James, I still think, in return. I think you have to explore that, because if LeBron wants to win a title, we've heard so much buzz for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, Kevin, about Stephen Curry and LeBron James wanting to eventually play together. This might be that moment here. If you're the Golden State Warriors, why not make that call? I think that's something to watch out for.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Saying I like their odds because I think they're insane at this point, but I do think they are a very viable option.
I don't even think their odds are that insane. Honestly, they won 64 games.
So you like this move for them?
Well, so the odds,
regardless of the odds, just from a basketball.
Yeah, the odds have nothing to do with it. They won 64 games. They were eliminated by the Pacers, who lost Halliburton. The other 60-win team was the Celtics, and they lost Tatum. Like, I think,
and the Knicks don't have a coach.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
In-game live game day, Sports Rage edition continues. I am Gabriel Morency. Normally, we'd be coming on in a couple of minutes, so we're with you for 4 hours tonight until midnight Eastern. We're nearly 2 hours done. At the back end, we've got some of our regulars. Rob Vino's going to step up and in. We got Tony Finn in the house with us on this 4th of July. Dan Kaiser, the professor, kicking it with us right now. And Dan, Cam, I said to him, I said, wow, all right, Rockies, White Sox, I don't want any part of that baseball game. Did you touch this game? Are you involved in this one at all with them, with the White Sox and Rockies?
Yeah, I'm on the White Sox. It was more or less a play against Sansolia, the Rockies pitcher, because he's been terrible. But yes, I was on
Cam's
the Sox.
on the Rockies. I told him earlier, too. I said, I don't know.
I got to be honest with you. The Chicago
well, I
was probably
said the
right
White Sox
side.
just played the Dodgers. Yeah. They were competitive for, you know what I mean? Like, they battled. It was sort of a step down in class. Like, think about it. If you're the White Sox, you just played the Dodgers. Now you're playing Colorado. You think, all right, we got a chance of winning today, you know?
Yeah, they were favorites. Just I'm an idiot.
But
though.
the Rockies think the same thing. The Rockies think, wow, we can win this series.
Yes.
Yeah, but the White Sox are also – the White Sox also are trying to pile up those losses on the Rockies, so then they won't be the worst team in baseball history. You know?
Yeah, which is weird, too, because other leagues, they want to be bad, right? Teams, we get the better draft pick. Baseball, right? You don't want to be known as the worst team ever. All right, so, man, that took forever. I don't know what they were reviewing, extra point. What the hell's going on here? 17.5. Are they going to give me a total? They got the total locked right now. They got a point spread up. They got a total locked. Dan, what do you think about the all right, 79.5 now, guys. What do you think of the San Francisco and Sacramento game tonight coming up?
Yeah, I looked at it earlier. San Francisco, I made some money with them this year, but you know, every time when I bet them a lot, you know, then they lose those 1-0 games. You know, like they lost 1-0 to the Sox the other day with Robbie Ray on the mound. I was looking at this game. I looked at the over. I thought that's where I leaned in that game. I'd have to take San Francisco. You know, I just think they're a better team than the Athletics, and you know, playing in Sacramento. I mean, it doesn't. You know, there's not like a home field advantage or anything for the A's. I think they're just going through the motions again this season. So, yeah, I heard. I think you said earlier about the over. Yeah, I like the over in that one. And if I was going to take a team, I'd take San Francisco.
Verlander hasn't won a game this year, though, Gabe. He's 0-5. His ERA's high. But then again, you look at Sears for the Athletics, and he's no prize. But Verlander's really struggled.
This, he has, but it feels like this is a spot. And like I said, this is like a rivalry, right? The Giants and Athletics. So even though it's in Sacramento, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of Giant fans to just take this place over. Because the A's don't really have fans. People in Sacramento don't like them. They're not really going. And they hurt themselves by not calling themselves Sacramento, right? Like, why would you why would people in Sacramento feel any affinity? Like, oh, we got to support this. It's in our city. They're not even using our city name. They're just using our stadium. Like, they don't even want to be here. And the thing is, they're there for like 3-4 years, right? So just freaking call them Sacramento for a couple of years. They're just the A's. It's an insult to people in Sacramento. So they're, and people in San Francisco will go, I think, just to mock them type of deal. So I could see it like this being sort of a Giant home game tonight. Give me the Giants and give me the over, guys, since we're here to bet tonight on the 4th of July. Cam, your pick.
I kind of lean over. I don't like the game, but I would take the Athletics. But I don't know.
Mandatory
That's
you
a
bet
tough
it.
game. I will take the Athletics in the over, Gabriel.
Mandatory.
Got enough problems with the games going on right now. But, yeah, we got a lot of action. Like, we got our hands in many pies tonight. I'm looking at my active bets, Gabe. I think I'm a smooth 77 right now. Like, and that's got a lot of golf, too, yeah.
77?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan, I don't know if you have a sports book open in front of you, how many current active bets you have. I'm looking at mine right now. I got 34, but that includes futures, 34.
Yeah. And I also bet tons of golf, top 10s, top 20s, matchups. And, they're not like $500 bets, like they're 50s and stuff like that. So, yeah.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah.
Right now, I just got one. I got the Sox.
I wish we were. I got one.
I had Boston. I started out the morning with Boston, and then I had the Cubs, and then I had the Sox tonight. I don't
have 34 active bets now tonight. I'm talking. I got futures. Like I'm looking at my list here. Like the first one at the bottom here, Shohei Ohtani, over 42.5 home runs. Looking good so far. Let's get it.
Yeah.